Good Sunday morning, everyone. This morning we are going to cover an economic subject about wages. How much a person should get and how much a person is getting, how much is enough, how much is not enough. So there are two different kinds of wages in economic terminology. One is known as living wage, other one is known as starving wage. Living wage earners live comfortably. They survive with their family. They can have means to achieve every single thing, very basic amenities and rudiments of life they can achieve with the wage, whatever they are earning. Starving wage, on the other hand, is the wage that is too minuscule, too little, too small, too insufficient that you can seldom meet your expenses, you can actually have two ends meet. So those people who are earning living wage, these people are happy people economically and they are able to survive. They are able to survive comfortably. They have every means available at their fingertip. And those, on the other hand, who make starving wage, not enough. They can hardly have roof on their head, food in their belly, clothes on their body. They starve of every single thing. So everywhere in the world, everywhere from Canada to Australia and Bogota to Budapest, every nation has been working to promulgate some kind of law with tooth and nail so that companies may not exploit, rip off, or milk their workers by giving them starving wage, too low wage. But they've been promulgating the law, strenuous law, to protect the people from the greedy and avaricious tentacles of the corporate world. Exploitation of the people is always welcome, always alluring, always tempting for every business because more they exploit the workers, more the profit they can earn, more the profit they can earn by exploiting the people. Less the people are exploited by the corporate world, they have to pay little more, and that comes out of their pocket, their wallet, their profit will be mitigated, and they would never like to pay more, but as much as possible, they would pay them less. Now, governments are all totally aware and awakened. ILO, International Labour Law, is there, AFL-CIO is there, all kinds of agencies are there protecting the laborers, workers from all kinds of exploitation, all kinds of ripping off, all kinds of milking the workers. And as such, workers have actually become the partner in the profit. Profit sharing has been adopted by number of companies in the world. If your employee is happy, then your company is happy, and if your company is happy, you are happy. If employee, I should say, is not happy, disgruntled, unhappy, then he is definitely going to destroy your company. Every day he is going to do the work which would be detrimental to your company. He's going to break the machine. And you are going to spend lakhs of rupees to fix it. He is going to destroy the product. And the customers are going to actually reject your product. Your product will be sitting on the shelves of the supermarket, gathering the dust. Customers are not going to touch that kind of product. So keep your employees happy and employer is also happy. But now, a new awakening, new enlightenment, new realization has been emerging in the global corporate world, and they have learned very vividly that only happy employees can actually make the company happy, and if the company is happy, their employers are happy. So now I have actually created 5 points to elaborate that mantra of living wage versus starving wage. Point number one is earning sufficiently to live comfy. That means living wage. Living wage can actually enable you to earn hefty amount of money, better amount of money, enough and adequate amount of wage so you can live comfortably. Your family can live comfortably. You can have comfortable house, you can have comfortable clothes, you have comfortable education, comfortable furnishing, comfortable transportation. Every single thing you have is comfortable. Whatever you dream, in a reasonable realm, you can achieve with that wage. That wage is known as living wage. Point number two is earning too little to make two ends meet. That is starving wage. In the starving wage, your salary, your wage is too minuscule, too inadequate, too insufficient that you cannot make even two ends meet. You cannot actually have three hefty square meals. You can never have balanced diet. You cannot have a trendy clothes or trendy home, comfortable furnishing, comfortable things. You can never think about having your own transportation. You can never think about getting better, effective, efficacious healthcare, and you can never think about enrolling your kids in five-star schools. Point number three is earning adequately to foot your bills. Means you are earning adequately in living wage that you can foot your all the bills. You can foot your food bills. You can foot your electricity utility bills. You can foot your healthcare bills, education for your children's bill. You can foot the bill of your little luxury. Every single thing you can have. You can have, and there on top of that, you can still have a little bit saving for your rainy days. That kind of wage is known as living wage. Point number four, earning so minuscule wage that you cannot foot any expense. You're always worried about having ample amount of money. You're always in anxiety about having lack of money. Your life is lackluster. Your children's education is lackluster. Elder folks' healthcare is lackluster. Your parents and grandparents are not able to get better private or effective or efficacious healthcare. You don't have better roof on your head, better food in your belly, better clothes on your body. That happens when you are earning starving wage. Point number five, living wage is surefire panacea to terminate spiral of global poverty. Poverty has been rising. Poverty has not been decreasing, but it's increasing steadily, sustainably. Every agency in the world has been talking volumes about obliteration of poverty, even in the millennial goals. UNO has also promulgated that one of its goals would be to obliterate the poverty, but poverty has been very rigid, it doesn't budge at all. But in my prism and the parlance, if every MNC, which has been making huge amount of Herculean amount of profits, they should mitigate little profit, about 1%, only 1% of their total profit, and they can really contribute in obliterating poverty by giving everyone living wage. Money is coming from the corporate world, and the money can eliminate, money can obliterate, money can terminate our poverty. So if these 1 lakh plus MNCs in the world, if they are going to unleash and open their wallet generously, not too generously, little generously, and they can actually make a biggest contribution in eliminating global spiral of poverty in masterful ease, absolutely positively with a masterful is they can do it. Poverty means lack of money. And the elimination of poverty means having money. Money is all hoarded, stocked, stashed in 1 lakh plus MNCs. And these MNCs should unleash just little, about less than 1% of their profit, and let it go, pass it on to poor class of the society, underdogs of the society, lower crust of the society. That crust has been suffering from stark, severe, extreme, abstract poverty. And if these corporations are going to show little generosity, they can actually eliminate the poverty from Canada to Australia, Africa, Latin America, and Asia without any kind of pinch, any kind of problem. All they have to do is to show little generosity, and the poverty will be totally obliterated with a masterful ease within few months. So that's all the time we have today. Thank you very much for listening. Again, we are going to meet sometimes in the future and talk about some other subject. Until then, read, listen, understand, read between the line, retain and attain. Retain and attain. Use it or you are going to lose it. If you lose erudition, if you lose knowledge, you have nothing in your life to show for. Absolutely, life would be absolutely lackluster. Lackluster in every which way, in a comprehensive way. You don't have anything in your life if you don't have knowledge. God bless everyone on this planet.